Hello and welcome back to Nerdy and Flirty. My name is Cass. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Yesterday was Thanksgiving by the time this is posted, and I know that holidays can be really difficult sometimes, but I hope you found at least some joy if you are experiencing difficulties during the holiday season. You're not alone, but I hope you found something to be grateful for, something to bring some peace into your life. I'm very excited for today's episode because today we're going to be talking about workouts. Recently, this topic has become extremely true for me. Now, I'm a certified personal trainer, and in my job as a trainer, I really focus on the gym. I focus on lifting weights, strength training, muscle building, all of those things with my clients. Those things definitely work. In my own routine, I have done everything. I've done the gym rat routines where you do a muscle group split. I've written down my reps, my weights, progressive overload. I've tracked it to a T. I've done no tracking. I've done every single thing when it comes to working out. And let me be honest with you, I saw results. When I was following a consistent workout routine in the gym, I saw results. I was building muscle. I was losing body fat. I was feeling really good. And when I loved it, it was great. But the truth of that is when I stopped loving it, I stopped seeing results. And that's why I wanted to make today's episode, because if you're hating the gym, that's probably not the best workout type, and we'll get into it. But I do just want to preface that and say that I've gone through all the phases, and honestly, I think most people do go through phases between loving the gym, hating the gym, into the gym, not into the gym. It's a very normal thing to fall in and out of love of the routines that you're in, and that's why today we're going to be talking about all the other effective workout types that you can do when you are hating the gym. This episode is for you if you're bored in your fitness routine, you've never lifted weights before, you struggle to stick to a routine, you want to try something new, you don't know where to start, you want to exercise for free, you're looking to do extra cardio, you want something to do with your friends or in a group, or you want to do something fun that doesn't feel like exercise. Today we're going to go through an entire list of exercises that you can do that have nothing to do with the gym. Most of them are free. Anyone from any fitness level can do these, and they're fun. So I am excited to tell you this list because this is a list that I use when I'm tired of my routine. This is a list that I go back to when I, as a personal trainer, don't know what to do. I feel like there's a lot of pressure, especially from social media, about following a certain workout split that you see on TikTok, you see it on Instagram. And like I said, those work. It works. If that works for you, keep doing it. That's great. But the reality is that that specific routine isn't always going to work for everyone all the time. And that's totally normal and that's okay. But at the end of the day, we do need to find movement doing something, especially now that most of us work sedentary jobs where we're sitting most of our job. We need to prioritize movement in any form just to get our bodies up and moving. I mean, I think we can all agree that when we spend too much time laying around and sitting around, we can feel it. We start to be a little bit more achy. We start to be more lethargic. We don't feel good. Our motivation's lower. Everything kind of just spirals when we're spending too much time not moving. But nowadays, we do have to make a conscious effort to get that movement in because a lot of us are sitting for our jobs. But exercise does not have to be boring. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be gruesome and horrible. It can be fun. And honestly, I recommend that you do pick something fun because that's how you're going to stick to it. Like, I'm literally a trainer. I'm supposed to love working out in the gym. And guess what? I don't. Not all the time. Sometimes I'm in phases where I love it, and sometimes I absolutely hate it and can't stand it, and that is so normal. But instead of just giving it up altogether, we have to find something that we're actually going to enjoy that we can do right now. I will say this until the day that I die, the best workout is the one that you do. I don't care if it's playing pickleball or playing a sport or just running around. I don't care what it is. If you like it, you will do it. If you hate it, you won't do it. You might do it for a couple weeks and then we fall short. I think I can say that we all have an experience where we tried to do something, maybe we did it for a couple weeks and it just doesn't stick. If you're struggling to stick to a routine, it's probably not the right routine for you. So today, we're going to figure out a routine that you can do, that you'll stick to, that you enjoy, and who knows, it might be that gym rat routine. That might be for you. But for some people, it's not, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we do have to figure out something that will work for those people. So take out a piece of paper, take out your notes app, whatever you like to take notes on, And the way that I like to approach this is I list out every single day of the week, just like I do for my meal plan, and I figure out what workouts I'm going to do. But here's the key. You got to be realistic with yourself. That's another thing that I will say until I die, but it is so true. Even if it sounds cliche, you have to be realistic. Make a plan based on things that you already do. If fitness is your number one goal right now and you're trying to get workouts in, don't go crazy. Do something you're already doing. When I make a plan for myself or a goal for myself, I like to make a range. So if I'm trying to start going to the gym, maybe my big goal is 5 days a week, but my range is going to be 3 to 5 days a week. That means that on weeks that I am really busy or having a hard time or just mentally not into it, 3 days a week is my minimum. But if I'm feeling good, 5 days a week is my goal. I recommend having a range or a process set up for yourself to take those bad weeks into account so that no matter what, at least you're getting a minimum of 3 days. Especially if you have an all or nothing mindset, it's important to have a minimum and a maximum range that you can fall back on when you are in that nothing mindset. Something is always better than nothing. That could mean that you only do 3 days instead of 5. That could also mean that you only do 10 minutes instead of an hour. Something will always be better than nothing. So if you have that all or nothing mindset, throw it away. I know that's easier said than done, but something will always be better than nothing, and it's important to make a plan based on something you can already do. But if you are wondering how much you should be doing, a general recommendation of physical activity is at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. And at least 2 of those days should be full body resistance training of some kind, which we'll get into. But that's only 5 days a week for 30 minutes. You can definitely do that. Anything else is extra, but if you're trying to set a baseline goal, find 5 days a week that you can do at least 30 minutes of exercise and you are good to go. So what workouts should you even be doing? We talked a little bit about resistance training, which is also known as strength training, which is when your muscles have to work against a force, a weight, or any kind of resistance. Even just 2 days a week of resistance training can help you see strength gains as a beginner. Everyone can benefit from having more muscle on their bodies. Having muscle is what makes people look toned. It also reduces injury, improves your posture, improves pain management, improves your bone density, your strength, and it also keeps the body fat off. The more muscle you have on your body, the more your body works when you're at rest, which means that if you're just sitting there and you have more muscle, your body is going to burn more calories than if you didn't have that muscle on your body. That's why the gym works for so many people, because that is strength training. However, there are other ways to get resistance training in without ever stepping foot into the gym. Resistance can be weights, but it can also be your own body resistance, bands, and anything else against a force. If you have no idea where to start thinking about things that you've always wanted to try, but maybe you were too nervous to try. Think about things that have piqued your interest. Maybe you've seen it online, or think about things you used to enjoy as a kid that you stopped doing now. If you have no idea what workouts you like, you are in a great position, because that means that you can try them all. It is so fun trying new workouts. Get out of your head and understand that no one else is looking at you. If you're going to a new class, if you're trying something new, everyone is worried about what they look like, and I promise you, no one is looking at you. Whenever I got a new client that was completely new to the gym, they all said the same thing. Everyone's looking at me. I'm scared that everyone's looking at me. I'm going to make a fool of myself, whatever. But they're all worried about everyone looking at them, that no one is judging you. Get out of your head and enjoy the process. Okay, so let's start talking about some ways to get resistance training in without ever stepping foot into the gym. The first one that I always like to start with is any kind of group exercise class. I love a group class because they're so easy to plan. You can add it to your calendar just like any other meeting, and the chances of you sticking to it, I feel like, are so much higher because it is something that you had to plan. It's not just reliant on you having the motivation to go do it. You actually have to show up, sign up, pay a little bit of money, and then once you get there, it's all planned out for you. You show up, you follow the instructions, you get a great workout in, and you don't even have to think about it. When I'm in my biggest funks of working out, I always try to find a class that I want to join. There are so many different types of group exercise classes, and I'm confident that you'll find at least one that you enjoy. If you are a member to a gym, a lot of gyms have group exercise classes included in membership. You can also do ClassPass or find a studio that you can go and do a drop-in class. A lot of studios do a free class for your first time. There are so many kinds of classes. You can do dance, Zumba, cycling, HIIT, circuit style training, strength training. Nowadays, there are classes for literally everything. And if you have no idea where to start, try one. Just pick one and try one. And if you don't like it, you don't have to go back. You can try other ones. I also like these because you can go with a friend or you can meet friends while you're there. Especially when I'm in a funk, I like to have another person to help keep me accountable because it helps me to go. At the start of the week, I'll text my workout buddy and be like, hey, I'm going to this class if you want to come. And then it just becomes a non-negotiable. It's in my calendar. I already signed up. There is such a low chance of me skipping because there are people relying on me to go. I also just love the feeling of going somewhere and listening to someone tell me what to do. I don't have to plan it. People will give me modifications if I need them to make it harder, easier, whatever I need. Group classes are a great place to start because if you have a trained fitness professional delivering the class, they will help you. If you have a certain injury or a certain limitation, fitness professionals are there to help you. So don't be afraid to ask for modifications, to try something different, to do an exercise that you actually enjoy. So group classes are definitely a great place to start if you have no idea where to start. Going along with this, the next thing would be at-home workouts, at-home videos to be specific. Nowadays, there are so many great resources on YouTube or just online in general. There are videos on YouTube for every kind of workout imaginable for free. I'll put a list in the show notes of my favorite YouTubers with at-home workouts for all kinds of workouts, including HIIT, Pilates, yoga, dance, etc. I love doing an at-home video because it's similar to doing a group class, but you get to do it in the comfort of your own home. It's already figured out for you, but you can keep your pajamas on, you can keep your sweatpants on, you don't have to worry about anyone looking at you. And most of them require no equipment at all, so they're great if you're just starting out, but you have no equipment to use. So the next section of workout types that I want to talk about are my fun workouts. I think sometimes we overcomplicate exercise, when in reality, movement is movement. Recently, I have been in such a funk with exercise, but I have been dancing every single day. Dance to me is so much fun. I grew up dancing. It gets a great workout in. I start sweating. My heart rate goes up. I get my body moving. I love to dance. I teach dance fitness classes on the side, and they are so much fun, even for people that have never danced a day in their life. If you've never tried dancing, find a fun dance studio, fun dance class to try it out. Or if you absolutely hate it, any sport is going to be fun and a great way to get some exercise in. I know pickleball is so popular right now, but also tennis, jump rope, volleyball, any sport you used to play, you can join a rec league or you can just find some friends that'll do it with you. One of my friends is really into rollerblading. My brother goes hiking. For some people, running is really fun. I don't necessarily love running, but it is a great form of exercise. You can also do sprint intervals. I personally like doing sprint interval training, especially if I only have like 10 minutes to get something quick in. But I like recommending this type of exercise because any kind of sport or fun exercise isn't going to feel like exercise. It just feels fun. The next section of exercise I want to talk about is what I call intense/stress relieving exercise. These are going to be great if you really want to feel the burn and feel the intensity of your workout. You can try kickboxing or any kind of martial arts class. I know some gyms have kickboxing already included in their membership. Or you can find a kickboxing studio. You don't even need to have like the punching bag. You can do kickboxing at home. Or the gym I used to work at had a kickboxing class, but it was like punching the air, kicking the air. You don't need to have this fancy equipment or a fancy setup. Now there's also martial arts, which I want to get into, but I'm also a little bit scared. But my friend Gabby does martial arts classes, and oh my God, we share Apple Watch. And she gets an insane calorie burn from these classes. But it's not even just about the calorie burn. She is learning real skills. She's learning self-defense. She's learning how to spar. She's learning how to fight and defend herself. And that in itself is so cool and so valuable. If you're feeling down on yourself, try to learn something new. Learning something new and getting good at it and getting better at it will make you feel better about yourself. And just from what she's told me, she has met amazing people by doing these classes. Her teachers are amazing. The people that she learns with are amazing. And it's a great way to just get connected to people that you probably wouldn't connect with outside of these classes. Going along with these intense, high heart rate workouts, HIIT and circuit style training are really fun workouts. They're very quick. You can do them anywhere. You can do them with or without equipment, and they're very simple to put together. Putting together a HIIT workout is one of my go-tos when I don't have a lot of time, I don't have a lot of energy, and I just want to get something in. I'll set my timer. I'll do something along the lines of like 5 exercises, 4 rounds, 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and that's a 20-minute workout. And oh my God, do you feel the burn? You get your heart rate up, you get your cardio up, and your muscles will be sore the next day. I put mine together myself by making sure I hit every single muscle group if I'm doing a full body HIIT, but you can also find HIIT videos online. You don't have to make it up yourself if you're not a trainer or you don't really know what you're doing. You don't have to have crazy equipment. Sometimes I'll use bands, but sometimes I'll just do bodyweight stuff. Doing 50 seconds of push-ups, you'll feel that. 50 seconds of lunges, squats, core, you will feel that. You don't have to overcomplicate it. And then the last section of workouts, I put gentle/low impact. While it's great to get that high heart rate, high calorie burn, feeling really sore, feeling really good, there is so much benefit to doing gentle or low impact workouts. The first one is walking. Walking is so underrated, even though walking has become super popular on social media. I love that people are talking about the beauties of walking. Hot girl walks are still so hot. Not only is walking just good for you and good for your zone 2 cardio, but I think the reason that walking has become so popular is because it's so easy. It's so low impact. You can do it anywhere. It doesn't feel strenuous or draining. You can use it as an active rest day, or you can use it and go for a long walk, get that zone 2 cardio up, get your legs moving, get your steps up. It's so good and so underrated, and going for a walk is one of my go-tos when I don't feel like doing anything. I like to schedule my walks with my friends, so whether that's in person, I'll text my friend and be like, hey, you want to go for a walk after work today? Or I'll schedule a phone call with one of my friends and be like, hey, let's have a phone call at XYZ time, and I'll go for a walk at the same time. I like to do this for the same reason I like to have group exercise classes, because it gives me an attainable set time. It holds me accountable. It gets me involved with someone else, and it kind of habit stacks because now I'm catching up with my friend and getting exercise in. The next level of this would be doing an incline walk. I know 12-3-30 was a really big popular thing because incline walking is really good for you. Did you know that having an incline during your walk adds 5 to 10% more calories burned than if you had no incline? Bet you didn't know that. If you're using a treadmill, add a little bit of an incline, or if you're outside, there's already a natural incline, but if you want to have some hills, that will add even more benefit. Something else I like to do, especially when it's nice out, is going for bike rides. I haven't gone for a bike ride in a while, but it is so nice to just go for a long bike ride by yourself outside. It gets my brain so clear, and it doesn't feel strenuous. Like I said, like a bike ride is a great form of exercise, but it's gentle on your joints, it's gentle on your body, and it's just nice to switch it up from your normal routine. All right, now we're going to talk about my favorite form of exercise right now, and that is yoga. Oh my God, I drank the juice, or whatever that saying is. Yoga has become a staple in my routine. Without a doubt, I will go to yoga at least once a week because I am obsessed. And it took me a minute to get here. This was a journey. When I first started doing yoga, I was not hooked. My mind would race. I would be like, oh my God, why are we just laying here? I need to get up. And now that Shavasana part, I can do that the whole time without thinking about, oh my God, when is this over? The time flies. Like, I am so hooked on yoga, and it is a physical workout. If you think yoga is easy, you're not doing it right, because let me tell you, I am so sore in places that I never imagined I would be sore. My mobility has improved. My flexibility has improved. Even just going once a week, I can do poses that I never could do before. I grew up a dancer and I could never do a straddle. Even when I was young and flexible and could do all kinds of stuff, I could never do a straddle. And then I've been going to yoga once a week, and I am literally a centimeter away from being able to do a straddle or a middle split. Oh my God, you know how cool that feels? And it's become like a hobby for me. Like, I go to yoga and I just enjoy learning something new, challenging myself, challenging my body, challenging my mind. There's nothing that builds my confidence more than learning something new and mastering a skill that I couldn't do before. And what I like about yoga is it doesn't feel strenuous. Like, it's hard, But it's not hard in the way of like doing 500 pounds on the leg press. It's like you're holding up your own body weight. You're holding poses. You're doing isometric holds, and it gets your muscles in a different way than you might be used to. Like, for example, the Warrior 2 pose, you're basically holding a lunge for however long your yoga instructor has you do it, and you do it over and over and over and over again. But in the moment, it doesn't feel like you're doing all these lunges and holds and everything like that. I don't know. I am obsessed. I tell my friends to come. I tell everyone about it because I am just so hooked. And maybe yoga isn't for you. If you've tried it a bunch of times with different instructors, different studios, and you still don't like it, that's fine. But find a workout that gets you hooked the way that I'm talking about yoga, because that is how you're going to stick to it. I look forward to going to yoga, and I never thought I would say that about looking forward to going to exercise, but it's so fun to me that it doesn't feel like a workout. But then, oh my God, the next day I'll be like, ooh, my booty cheeks are sore, or my core is sore, or all these different things are sore that I never even knew. I am just obsessed, if you couldn't tell. Similarly, Pilates will give you that similar benefit of doing holds and little baby movements that get a burn, but it doesn't feel like a leg press, for example. It's mainly your own body weight, maybe some bands, but you definitely feel it. It gets your muscles in a different way. Also, bar is great. If you've ever done bar, you can do it at home with a chair, or you can go to a class and do bar. I love it. Maybe it's the dancer in me, but I just enjoy workouts like this. I enjoy workouts that sneak up on you, that don't feel like, oh my God, I'm going to die the whole time. It actually feels like good to move your body and move that energy out of you and hit things that you've never hit before. I'm just obsessed. So that is my list of all the different workout types that I recommend. There are definitely more, and I probably missed some, but these are the ones that I fall back on when I'm trying to change up my routine. So at the beginning of the week when I'm making my workout plan, I'll use this list to kind of pick and choose what I want to do throughout the week. Sometimes it's a consistent gym routine, but a lot of times it's picking and choosing between Pilates, yoga, walking, biking, group class, etc., etc. Working out and getting movement should be fun. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't feel susceptible to all these things that you see online. Focus on things that you enjoy, movement that you want to do, things that you look forward to, and that is where you will get the most consistent workout routine. Remember, the most effective workout is the one that you do. I hope this gave you some insight, some inspiration to get moving, to try different things. Definitely let me know on Instagram your favorite workout types. I am always looking to try something new and to get involved in something I've never tried before. So let me know your favorite workouts on Instagram. Follow the podcast Instagram at Nerdy and Flirty Pod. Give this a 5-star rating. It really helps me. And thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you next week. Bye.